Hello everyone, welcome back to Avery's Apron. My name is Avery and I'm so excited to be sharing this recipe with you guys today. My recipe today was actually inspired by Chipotle's beef barbacoa, but it actually ended up being more like a birria by the end, okay? So you're gonna see, we're gonna get right into it. It's gonna be super, super good. Let's go. So I just have this small chuck roast that I got at Sam's Club. I think it was marked for like $18 and I couldn't pass it up. So it was in my freezer and I wanted to do something with it. So this is what I chose to do with it. Okay, so here I'm just cutting it into chunks. And I'm cutting off some of that excess fat. You don't want to get rid of all the fat, but you do want to get rid of just like the bigger little pockets of fat. Okay, so I'm gonna cut all that away and toss it to the side. We're gonna salt and pepper this meat and then brown it in our skillet. All right, now that it is nicely seasoned, we're gonna go ahead and heat up our pan here. I've got some avocado oil and my pan is on like medium high heat because we wanna get a nice sear on our beef. So I'm just adding it to the skillet now that it's nice and hot. Don't be like me, use a splatter screen, okay? I just kind of let this pop freely all over the place, and yes, it was hurting my wrists. Okay, so don't be like me, get a splatter screen. I do have one now. Okay, at the time of this video I did not have one, but I have one now. Okay, so once all of our meat is browned, I set it to the side. I did that in batches. Okay, it took about maybe 3 batches to get all the meat browned. You don't want to crowd the pan because then it won't brown properly. Okay, but now, as you just saw, I had a small can of Chipotle peppers and Adobo sauce, and I just blended that in my food processor until smooth. And we're also going to do the same thing with our onion and garlic. I just wanted to blend it because I feel like it's going to give the broth a really nice, rich texture and flavor. Okay, so blended both of those, added them to my seared meat, and we're going in with our spices. We've got a little chili powder, cumin, onion and garlic powder, oregano. The full list of seasonings and measurements and everything will be down in my description box below. We're going to give this a good mix and we're going to throw our meat in the crock pot. Okay, this is going to be cooked in the crock pot on a nice high heat. I'm also going to go in with some beef bouillon, a few bay leaves, and the juice of 1 whole lime. And let me just tell you guys, the chipotle peppers and adobo were like the star of this recipe. They were so smoky and just had such a deep flavor, and they added a perfect amount of spice for me. They are a bit spicy, so be warned, but I love the spice, okay? These peppers were so, so good. If you're not super into spicy, you can definitely use maybe just like half the can, or just a couple peppers out of the can. You don't have to use the whole can like I did. And after adding my lime, I'm gonna go in with just a few more seasonings. A little more Adobo seasoning, some garlic powder, and after adding my lime, I'm gonna go in with some water. You could use broth if you wanted to, but since I'm using the bouillon cubes, I'm just gonna go in with water, okay? So we're gonna add some water to this. I'm gonna stir it around, make sure it's well incorporated, well combined, and I'm gonna go in with just a few more seasonings, a little more adobo seasoning, some garlic powder, and onion powder. We're gonna give that one final mix, and this is gonna go on high. We're gonna set this to high for 6 hours, okay? We're gonna just let this cook. It's not gonna take too long because we've cut our beef into chunks, but it's gonna get nice and tender and just fall apart wonderful, okay? So we're gonna let that go. While that was cooking, towards the end of the cook time, I decided to do some cilantro lime rice. So here I just got my white rice. I just cooked it according to, you know, the way you cook rice in a rice cooker, okay? But after it was done cooking, I just fluffed it a bit, and now I'm going in with this fresh chopped cilantro. I know not a lot of people like cilantro. If you don't like it, leave it out, okay? It's all good. Or just have regular white rice. It's up to you, okay? But for my rice, I'm only gonna go in with just a little squeeze of lime. I don't like too much lime in my rice, so I feel like it messes with the texture of the rice a little bit. So I just put a little squeeze or two, and I'm gonna give that a good mix, and we're gonna set that to the side and finish up our meat. And at this point, it had been like maybe 5.5 hours or so. Everything is so bubbly and wonderful. And I just wanted to show you guys how this meat just falls apart, okay? I'm gonna show you with this other piece here. All I have to do is press it with my fork and it just falls apart. It's just wonderful. So I fished those chunks out of the broth and I put them in a bowl and like shredded them with 2 forks. And now this is me just adding it back into the broth and giving it a good stir. I'm also fishing out those bay leaves that were in there. And we're gonna go ahead and start assembling our tacos, okay? And for my tacos, I'm just gonna use yellow corn tortillas. I'm gonna dip them actually in that broth that's in my crock pot and then fry them up in the skillet, okay? Because you just need the flavor, all right? I don't know about you guys, but I've been like on this quest lately to make all of my favorite restaurant foods because I don't know, restaurants have kind of been lacking these days, okay? But this recipe was so good. It actually tasted even better than the Chipotle barbacoa. I'm definitely gonna do this again. This is definitely going to be in the rotation for my family dinners because it was just that good. Okay, I also made a little corn salsa to go on the side. I had a little bit of mild green salsa in my fridge that I added to this as well. I didn't show it, but I added that to this as well, and it was just divine. Okay, you could have this just in a bowl like over rice with your favorite toppings, or you can eat it like I did as tacos. But I just wanted to show you this cheese pull real quick. Look at this. OMG. And you see the juices, okay? This was so good. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. Like I said, everything will be in the description box below for you. Let me know if you try it. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.